Welcome. This video will assist you in operating your DS-300 Tabulator on Election Day. All of Connecticut now uses the election systems and software DS-300 Tabulator. The tabulator comes with two keys. I'm going to refer to them as the black plastic key and as the silver square key. The silver square key opens up all of the locks on the black plastic clamshell, and the black plastic key does the opposite. It opens up all of the locks on the white tabulator inside. So to get started, we're going to first check to make sure that there are no ballots from a previous election. Nope, we're good. And I should point out, all of these locks are spring locked, so you have to push the key in a little bit before you turn it. I've now opened the auxiliary bin, made sure this flap is down. And now I'm going to unlock the clamshell itself. If there was a seal, and there most likely will be, you would break it off here from transport. And we'll open up the clamshell. Okay, so this is the tabulator. And again, the tabulator will be unlocked with the black plastic key. And when you lift the lid, it should turn on. If it does not turn on, you can try closing it and opening it again. Or there is a power button in this compartment. So you'll notice the green power button. And while I'm in here, you'll notice that this is also where the close pull button is, and also where the memory stick is, which we are sealing in place using those wire seals. Okay, so it takes about 30 seconds for the tabulator to, 90 seconds for the tabulator to fully start up. Okay, and once it's started up, you'll be asked for the election code. Now, we change our election code for every election. I'm going to put in the one for this test election. And you'll notice that all of the letters are constantly as capitals, even if you use the shift key. So you have to be mindful when you are typing things in that when the shift is on, you're typing capitals, but when it's off, you're typing lowercase, even though it looks like capitals. Okay, so the machine immediately spits out a little configuration tape. And it's going to tell us it's ready to be opened. So once I press the open poll button, the machine is going to print out 3 0 tapes. And one of those tapes is affixed to the wall. One of the tapes comes back with the moderator return, and the third tape is stored with the used ballots. So notice how fast the tape's printed. And now we're going to go into voting mode. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to start to insert ballots. So I'm going to show you what a blank ballot looks like. So, and by the way, I have a blank ballot here. You'll notice there's writing on it. Because the writing is not in an area where people would vote, the machine does not see any of that writing. So, I'm going to put in the blank ballot. And you'll see the tabulator says this is a blank ballot, and a voter can either cast the blank ballot or return that ballot, meaning it is not cast, and it is going to pop back out of the machine so that they can go get a fresh ballot or fill out their ballot. Okay, now we're going to try putting in an overvoted ballot. And you're going to see that the machine says that there's been an overvote. You filled in too many candidates, too many ovals in one contest. You chose 3 candidates, you were allowed 2. So now the voter has the choice to either return that ballot or they can cast the ballot, and that one particular race will not count. I'm going to choose to cast that ballot. Okay, and now we're just going to feed through a few more ballots. Now you'll notice again, here's a ballot which has writing on it, but that's okay because the writing is not in an area where the machine is looking for ovals. Oh, this also has an overvote on it, this ballot. So we're going to cast this one. And we're just going to put through a few more so that we have some results to play with. Okay, I'm going to put in my final ballot, and this ballot has some write-ins on it. You'll see down here, favorite U.S. beach, and also favorite way to spend free time. So that's going to be important when we count write-ins later on. All right, so now that we have put in a selection of ballots, let's close the polls. Now, before we press that close poll button, we want to make sure there are no ballots in the auxiliary bin. So we want to check and make sure that's empty. And now we can click close polls. So we're going to take our key, unlock the compartment, and press the close polls button. So at this point, the machine is asking us to confirm that we want to close the polls. We're going to say yes. And you're going to see that we're going to immediately start to get the 3 results tapes. And right after those tapes is going to be any write-ins. So you can see the machine is actually printing out the write-ins on the tape, and that's where we're going to read them from, and we're going to have a separate video specifically on reading the write-ins. But what I want to point out is that after the end of that, please note that after each of those sections, whether it be the results or the write-ins, it says end of report, and that's how you know that it has completed its work. You're going to click finished, turn off. And at this point, you're just going to wait for the power to go off. You're going to take off your tapes, put them in all the places that they need to go, similar to the 0 tapes. And then we're going to ask you to take out this memory stick and bring it back also. So that memory stick is sealed with a wire seal. Now I've just placed it in gently. I didn't actually tie it to make it easier, but you will need either a very strong scissor or a wire cutter to remove that. It's not easy to do with a scissor. Once the machine is off, you can take that out of the compartment, close this, close it up, close the tabulator, lock the tabulator, take those items back to your town hall. We're going to latch this. And finally, we're going to put a seal here in this space. We have these white seals, which are great. They go through pretty easily. And then I would just put it through here to complete the sealing process. All right, we're done. See you back at Town Hall with all your results.